In this video, we're going to talk about Notre Dame University, the pros, the cons, and how to get in. Notre Dame is a private university. It's typically ranked in the top 20 for universities nationwide. It's a mid-sized school with about 9,000 undergraduates, and it's located in South Bend, Indiana, which is about 30 minutes from Lake Michigan or about an hour and a half outside of Chicago. A key thing to know about Notre Dame is it's very Catholic, and this can either be a really good thing for you or a really bad thing for you, depending on who you are. So there are other prominent Catholic universities out there. There's Boston College, there's Georgetown, there's Villanova, and there are others. But at most of those schools, students say that the Catholic faith doesn't really play that prominent a role on campus. Maybe you have to take a class or two, and there's optional chapel, but beyond that, it's not a big deal. But at Notre Dame, it's very different. The Catholic faith plays a very prominent role on campus. So there are about 80% of students at Notre Dame are Catholic. There are a number of different required theology classes that everyone has to take. Your professors may pray during class, and they may introduce Catholicism into your subject matter. And also, all of the dorms at Notre Dame are single sex. And there are strict rules called parietals. So you can't be in the dorm of the opposite sex after midnight or after 2 a.m. on weekends. So what are some of the pros of Notre Dame? The first pro is its uncommon mission. The mission of Notre Dame is to educate the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. So you're not just going there to learn a bunch of facts and to feed your brain, but the school is actually actively trying to develop your faith in God and also to turn you into a good person who wants to go out into the world to help other people. And that's very different from a lot of other schools, which just want to help you get a good job. A second pro for many people is the moderate politics. Most top universities skew very liberal, and Notre Dame definitely skews far more conservative. Now, at the school, you will definitely find some progressives who have progressive lifestyles and progressive viewpoints, but typically those are not policies that are supported by the college. So you will have campus activities and campus groups that appeal to everybody. They're just not officially supported by the college. A third pro is the strong sense of community. Notre Dame is known for having some of the warmest, friendliest, most welcoming students. This is a place where it will not be hard at all to find friends. A fourth pro is the immense school spirit. Out of all major universities, Notre Dame is known for having some of the best school spirit. It has a legendary sports program, and the whole school rallies together for the big football games. And this really kind of gives you that complete college experience. A fifth pro is the strong alumni network. You know, Notre Dame is one of those schools that has incredibly strong ties to its alumni. And so when you meet people at Notre Dame, they will really become your friends for life. And that becomes critical when you are looking for internships and jobs. The alumni network is there to really help you. A sixth pro is the Mendoza School of Business. Notre Dame has an undergraduate business program, which is consistently ranked in the top 10 or top 15 in the nation. And while Notre Dame in general is known for having a collaborative atmosphere, it's definitely more competitive in Mendoza. It has about a 9% acceptance rate to get in, and courses are graded on a steep curve, so there is a lot of competition. And a final pro for many students is that there's no Greek life on campus. There are no fraternities or sororities. And this is replaced at Notre Dame by the single-sex dorms. So when you come to Notre Dame, you're placed in a dorm, and that becomes your dorm for life. And a lot of students say that that becomes one of the best aspects of campus life because you don't feel the need to have a fraternity or sorority. It's kind of given to you when you get there. What are some of the cons of Notre Dame? The first con is the lack of diversity. At Notre Dame, as I mentioned, about 80% of students identify as Catholic and about 60% of students are white, which is definitely far more than you'll find at other leading universities. And some students complain that there's a lack of diversity of thought. So because most students kind of come from the same faith, they embrace similar perspectives. A second con is location. The city of South Bend, Indiana is arguably nothing spectacular. A lot of students say there's not much to do there and that it's not particularly safe. The only good news is that you'll probably spend most of your time on campus, and most students rave about the campus, saying it's incredibly beautiful and incredibly safe. A Third con is the harsh winters. Notre Dame is located close to the shores of Lake Michigan, so winters are brutally cold. There's a lot of wind, and you can expect a lot of snow. This is a place where in the winter months, students spend a lot of time indoors. The fourth con is there's less corporate recruiting than you find at other leading universities, probably because of its out-of-the-way Midwest location. So it will be less frequent that you find West Coast corporations or East Coast corporations coming to campus. You compare this, for example, with going to NYU's Stern School of Business, an undergraduate business program, where corporate recruiters come right to your doorstep because you're right in the middle of New York City. So this is one of those cases where you really have to rely on Notre Dame's strong alumni network to help you get internships and jobs. How to get into Notre Dame? The first tip is to align your essays with Notre Dame's core mission, which is to pursue knowledge and faith in God to do good in the world. This is a really great opportunity in your essays to talk about why God is so important to you and to helping you accomplish your mission in life. This is not something that I would leave out. And the second tip is to apply restrictive early action. When you apply REA, you boost your admissions odds a little bit, but it's important to know that Notre Dame takes about 60% of its students from the REA applicant pool. So they're definitely looking to this pool to kind of fill up their class. The other thing you should know is that when you apply REA, you're not obligated to go there if you get in. It's not binding, which is nice, but you're not allowed to apply ED or REA anywhere else. So I hope this video helps. If you have any questions or want to know about how to become a client, you could check out the video description or visit my website.